Hello, what is up guys? Trent Gaming here. We are looking at the Kanonenjagdpanzer 105. I do not have this thing fully field modded, but I do feel like I have it enough field mod where I can make the opinion. I need one more field mod, which I will probably get in the next few sessions. Anyway, the Kanonenjagdpanzer 105 has been in World of Tanks for a long time. I have horrible win rate and stats in it, but that's not important. Anyway. 390 alpha, 268 pen, terrible damage per minute, decent gun depression, decent aim time, decent dispersion, no armor whatsoever, no armor, light, pretty decent base view range though. So we got standard 4-person crew. Your Scorpion crew would honestly work in it. I just need an extra crew, so I decided to start throwing a Jagdpanzer crew together. I use vents, rammer, optics, just because I feel like that's the best build, because you can increase your vision a little bit, so you can spot for yourself at decent distances. Gun rammer and vents to improve the DPM view rate. Well, DPM for the gun rammer, and then everything for the vents. The gold shells, I don't think I showed this. 330 pen. And then you get a decent HE shell with it with 53 pen for anywhere from 360 to 600 alpha. And yeah, that's about all you can say about the Kanonenjagdpanzer. Let's get into it. Alright, we are in the match. In the Kanonenjagdpanzer 105. So this is a pretty golden matchup for this tank. We're with tier 6. This thing has 390 alpha damage, high pen. No need to hit gold rounds in this match. Yeah, so the only limiter to this tank is the fact that it is a Kanonenjagdpanzer 105, which is enough of a limitation. Even in a matchup like this, it doesn't feel so bad. In our matchups, the thing can feel quite hairy. So I decide, hey, I'm playing tier 6 against tier 6s. I'm going to be a little more cheeky than I otherwise would be. Also, I am 95% sure that VK was using hardening. That would have been a nice shot if he had stayed up there just a few seconds longer, but alas, he didn't. So anyway, the Kanonenjagdpanzer 105 is a super mid tank. It's worth a lot of gold. A lot of people think it's kind of crappy, and a lot of people, if you're tier 8 and do less damage than me, you should uninstall. He's kind of right, and then whack. I think I make a cheeky remark at some point. The Progetto gets me, and the E25 gets me. This thing is a glass cannon, so anything will pen you. So you get punished pretty bad for any kind of mistake. So when you're playing Kanonenjagdpanzer 105, you really gotta be careful of that. We got an AMX-12T here. We're gonna try supporting him. So my goal this match was play this hill position, support the team as much as possible, and hopefully we do good things. As you'll see, that may or may not happen. And we see a poodle and get really excited. It's a poodle. And we clap him. We clap the poodle. And it's beautiful. And then we see Progettos and Indian Panzer over there. And we decide, hey, I'm not just going to sit in one position. I'm going to sit in another. Now, unfortunately, I don't use bush mechanics to their best here. But fire a blind shot. I'm like, this will probably go in. And then 5 seconds later, no, it doesn't. And I'm a little bummed out. However, I see an E25, and I adjust to try getting a shell on him. Realize I don't have a shot to fire on him. And then I look around and see, oh, poodle. So then I go to the poodle. And then I aim, wait a little bit longer, watch the M6 get farmed, and then decide, yeah, I'm going to fire real quick, and realize immediately I missed. Which is rather unfortunate. Also, our M6 died, and I think that was partially my fault for not being there and ready to engage, but it is what it is. So now we're going after. So now we see an Indian Panzer and decide, German, juicy. And we get a really nice high roll there for 473. So we're not doing the best so far. We're up to 1100. But for a Kanonenjagdpanzer, it could be a lot worse. Also, it could be a lot better. Yeah, we hit that one for nice 400 damage. So we got an Indian Panzer at one shot, and we got a Progetto hopefully reloading. I think was my idea here. And we use our gun depression, because this tank does have pretty solid gun depression. And we take the Indian Panzer out, which means we're going to be slightly harder to spot now. But I see the Poodle coming up, and I aim. I miss, because I fired just a little too late. And there's a SU-100M1 there. I'm a one-shot to just about anything now. And unfortunately, me deciding, I want to go after multiple tanks costed me my whole tank. But we're up to 2100 damage. We put a nice shell into the SU, and we see the Skoda T25 and fire just a hair light to finish him off. Now we see a Poodle coming up. We are a one-shot. I think I'm thinking here, he's got a better gun. He can probably kill me before I can kill him at this position. So I decide to fall back a little bit. Or I decide to think about falling back. I pop up, realize that's not going to work. And then I decide to drive backwards. And I get myself into a really solid spot. I'm like, this will work nicely. I got a little bit of side protection from an angle or two. I'm going to back up and forth, and when he comes up, he's going to die. So I'm sitting here, just going to wait here, and nope. I left too much of my butt out, and the Progetto 46 rightly punishes me for my insolence. But thankfully, my team... I really liked watching Shirts 74 play, but my team thankfully bring a draw. I thought we won this one. Okay, on to the next replay. This next one can't be as disappointing as this one. Alright, so we're just figuring out what we're doing here. See the Rev, and then we see a T-44 very wisely moving up to feed the Kanonenjagdpanzer, and we missed the first shot completely and utterly. Yeah, we hit our first shot of damage for the game. Hit another shot of damage. We don't quite pull 3 off, but we get a farm 700 off of him. Which, this tank at tier 9, when it's not getting farmed, is a pretty nice damage dealer. So I'm sitting over here at this point. I hit the crossing on the Kanonenjagdpanzer, or the Kunze-Panzer, another German. And I'm also trying to keep an eye on the LT at the same time. And the LT's popping up, the LT's popping up, and I can't find the mark on that one. Progetto crosses through that back way. Initially, I was like, oh, crud, I probably could have hit him. And it's like, no. It would have taken a very specific shot that I probably wouldn't have hit. And then, because I have slow reaction time, I shoot there when he's already dead because my teammate beat me to it. Alright, I saw a tank there. That goes to Progetto. I take a blind shot. Doesn't quite hit. So we're looking around, waiting for the Progetto to pop up. We're like, when are you going to pop up, Progetto? Pop up, Progetto. Come on. We see a Scorpion, and we just fluffed the frick out of that shot, too. This tank isn't especially inaccurate. This is just me not knowing how to hit shells for a minute. So, yeah, we have some very unclutched shells. Just shells. And now we're looking around. We see a Kanonenjagdpanzer decide to pop up. We get his track wheel, and then he dies. So we make that situation a little nicer over there. This time we do hit the Scorpion before somebody else kills him. So now we're up to 1900 damage. Technically 2K combined with the 124 assist, but yeah, it's kind of fun. Anyway, so we see a Progetto. We decide, hindsight, this was a misplay. If I'd stayed back there, I could have killed him. Instead, what I ended up doing was deciding to be like, hey, I'm going to pop up and help the now dead Char Future 4. I could have helped him more if I had stayed back there, fired the shell, killed him, and then came up. But instead, I majestically do this. The Progetto 46 dies. I get spotted. And do I make it to the spot of safety, or do I get completely crapped on? I make it. Then we start moving forward. I played very aggressively here. I was like, I'm going to get him. And then I see a Foch, and I go, oh shit, it's a Foch. And he farms my entire tank because I played like a Muppet. Now, fortunately for me, my team definitely takes it down this time. Definitely wins it. Never mind. So despite playing the Kanonenjagdpanzer, I feel in a very decent way with some misplays, we could not close the win out in either game. Oh wait, I'm supposed to be selling you on this tank. Oopsie. Well, I guess don't buy a Kanonenjagdpanzer 105. It's not fun at all. I'm just kidding. I actually enjoy the tank. I think it's fun. It's very frustrating with how inflexible it can be, but in a situation, you can pump out 2K pretty easily. You have to play this thing very intelligently, though. It's there with all the other tanks, though. It's like, why would you buy a Kanonenjagdpanzer 105? I actually have more games than this than my Scorpion right now, and that's because I had this as a rental about 10 years ago. Probably was 10 years ago, honestly. Or 8. I don't know. I've been playing World of Tanks for a long time, but either way, seeing this tank still in the Matchmaker does make me smile. And yeah, make me smile by playing it, but it's not a great tank. It can be fun, though. So those are my closing thoughts. I'd like to thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the Instagram and Twitch in the description below. Have a great day, and goodbye.